We're making a book list and checking it twice. Gonna find out who's been naughty or nice. Book lists are coming to town. It's book lists, VLOGMAS style. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. We're here today for day 8 of VLOGMAS. That means we have completed a week of going through a list every day, a book list every day, and doing the challenge, how many of the books on the list I've read. And you've been telling me how many of the books you've read, and we've been comparing notes in the comments, and I've been loving it. So I hope we'll continue with week 2 today, day 8. We have a very exciting video, I think. We're going to be looking at Heidi from My Reading Life's Ancient TBR. If you don't already follow Heidi, I'll link her down below so you can go check out her channel. Heidi has been on BookTube for a few years now, and she's had some books, some physical copies of books lingering on her TBR shelf, lingering unread. And she decided this year to kind of tackle that ancient TBR that she calls it. And so the books that we're going to be highlighting today are 20 books that she has gone through, and she has culled a good amount of the books that she's no longer interested in. And these are the 20 that are remaining that she intends to read soon. So Heidi hasn't read any of these books yet. Some of these are very popular books, so we'll see how many of them we've read. Let's go through the list together. So many thanks, Heidi, for sharing this picture with us. If you've been watching Heidi's videos, then you've seen these books. They're always behind her when she films her videos. Not always, but when she uses that particular camera angle. Those books are behind her, and so you may have been ogling her bookshelves for a while, like I have. But many thanks, Heidi, for sharing this unobstructed view of the 20 books. So let's get into them. Let's check out Heidi's Ancient TBR. 20 books. The first book on her list is The Good Earth by Pearl Buck, which is a Pulitzer Prize winner about China. Maybe you've read it, maybe you haven't. I've read it. I really enjoyed it. It's a little controversial because, people talking about a white American woman writing about China. But I think the book is great. And Pearl Buck did spend some years in China, so it's not like she's completely foreign. That aside, yes, I've read The Good Earth by Pearl Buck. Have you? Daphne du Maurier's short story collection, The Birds and Other Stories. Now, I didn't even know that Daphne du Maurier wrote short fiction, so that's interesting. But no, I haven't read that book. Next is We Are All Completely Beside Ourselves by Karen Joy Fowler. This was nominated for the Booker Prize some years ago. I have read it, and I actually own a copy as well. Next is Cat's Eye by Margaret Atwood, another Margaret Atwood novel that I have not read. Villette by Charlotte Bronte, I have not read. A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess is on my TBR for next year, so no, I haven't yet read that either. The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce, I have not read. The Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri, I think I've read The Namesake, but this would have been in the time of the before, what I'm calling the years before BookTube and before Goodreads, when I think I read books, but I can't be sure because I can't remember all the details, and it's been so long and I didn't have it recorded anywhere. So that's a book that I have set aside to reread or read for the first time. So for now, we're going to say I haven't read it. But I have read other things by Jhumpa Lahiri. I absolutely adore her short story collection that won her the Pulitzer Prize a few years ago, The Interpreter of Maladies. And I also read her book, The Lowland, which I really enjoyed. So high recommendation for Jhumpa Lahiri, but no, I haven't read The Namesake. For the purpose of this conversation, at least. Next is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, which I've picked up a few times but never read it. King Lear by Shakespeare is next, another Shakespeare that I haven't read. My Name is Lucy Barton by Elizabeth Strout. I've read several Elizabeth Strout's books, and this is one of them. Yes, I've read My Name is Lucy Barton. Yay! Next is The Roundhouse by Louise Erdrich. I have read her book La Rose and really want to read more of her novels, but I haven't read The Roundhouse yet, so no. The Wonder of All Things by Jason Mott, I have not read. The Burgess Boys by Elizabeth Strout, I have not read. Those are some of her other novels that I'm hoping to get into. I've read her Olive Kitteridge books and her Lucy Barton books, and yeah, want to read her other novels, so no, I haven't read The Burgess Boys. Elizabeth Strout is a Maine author. She's from Maine, and Heidi is from Maine, so connection. Next is Do Not Say We Have Nothing by Madeline Thien. I want to read this book, but I haven't yet. This is the favorite novel of Sean from Sean the Book Maniac. And when Sean really loves a book, it makes it high on your priority list, but I haven't read it yet. Next is The Paying Guests by Sarah Waters. I hear a lot about Sarah Waters' books, but I haven't read anything by her yet, so sometime soon I will read that. A Lady Never Surrenders by Sabrina Jeffries. I have not read. A Supposedly Fun Thing I'll Never Do Again by David Foster Wallace. I want to read something by David Foster Wallace soon. Infinite Jest, or his book Brief Conversations with Hideous Men, or this one, A Supposedly Fun Thing I'll Never Do Again. Sometime soon, I'll read something by him and figure out whether or not he's an author for me, but no, I haven't yet read that one. Naked Money by Charles Whelan, I have not read. And Hearts in Suspension by Stephen King, I have not read. So of that list of 20 books from Heidi's Ancient TBR, I have read 3. How many have you read? She gave us some horror, some nonfiction, some romance, some contemporary fiction, some classics. A wonderfully eclectic mix of 20 books. And I've only read 2 of the books on that list. But I will share with you 2 books that I do own. We Are All Completely Beside Ourselves by Karen Joy Fowler and The Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri. I think these are the copies that Heidi also has. So I own these, read this one, haven't read this one as I mentioned before. And although I don't have the title that Heidi has from this author, I do own 2 other books by David Foster Wallace, Infinite Jest and Brief Interviews with Hideous Men. And I haven't read either of these, so, you know, it is what it is. I've only read 2 of 20. Let me know your score down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Let's chat down there. Let me know what your stats are with this list. And again, thank you so much, Heidi, for sharing that list with us. Thank you to everyone for playing, for watching. I hope you're enjoying these Vlogmas videos. Come back soon for another in the series, Vlogmas. Until we come back for another video, happy reading. Bye.